Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are back with another video, and this video is going to be on luxurious products that I think are worth your money and I think are worth the price point. I'm going to show you guys a couple of the products that I think you should definitely check out, and then I'm going to Hey guys, welcome back. So today I am here with a video on high-end products that I think are worth your money, okay? I ain't trying to make you broke. I'm just trying to give you a little guideline. When you go into Sephora or Nordstrom's or any cosmetics department and you see all these amazing brands, you just don't know which ones are actually worth that price point, because let's face it, makeup is super expensive. So I want to kind of give you a little guideline as to what you should invest your money in and what you should just kind of ignore. So I'm going to show you products that I think are amazing, and then I'm going to show you products that just didn't work out for me. That doesn't mean that it won't work out for you. I'm just going to give you my opinion on why they didn't work out for me and why I don't think it's worth the price point. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let's go ahead and get on to this. So I'm going to start off with high-end products that I think are worth your money. Starting off with this Ambient lighting palette. This is the Hourglass Ambient Ambient lighting palette. So Hourglass produces these powders that some people think they are highlighters, but they're more like setting powders. They are so beautiful and finely milled. I got the palette that comes in 3, but they do come individually and they are bigger in size. I just think it's more it's more worth your money when you get the 3 shades, and I use this in my kit as well as on myself. These powders are gorgeous because they literally set your makeup without giving you any powdery finish whatsoever. They're not chunky or sparkly. They just give the most beautiful iridescent finish to the skin. Like these 3 powders right here, this last shade I use as a bronzer on very fair skin tone, and it is beautiful because it just gives enough color without looking orange or too dark or too muddy, but it's not a matte bronze look. It's like a very kind of like summer glow bronze look. Absolutely beautiful. And then this shade over here, I love to set the entire face on everyone. The middle shade has a little bit more glow to it, so sometimes I use this as a highlight or to set the under eye area. It really just depends on the skin tone that I'm working with, but I find these powders so beautiful, and I love also the bronzes that they came out with and the blushes. Overall, the consistency and the formula that they have created for their powders are insane. I don't know any other brand that has these type of powders and can compare to them, so definitely worth spending your money. Speaking of powders, this is the second powder that I want to recommend to you guys. This little guy right here is the Burberry powder. It's called the Sheer Luminous Pressed Powder. I have mine in Honey number 32. I use this to set my makeup when I do want to set it, if I'm going for a very dewy foundation or a foundation that I know transfers a lot. This powder is beautiful simply because, again, it's not going to give you a powdery finish. It's literally just going to set your makeup, but it's going to give you a luminous glow to the skin. I love when powders do that and they don't give me a matte look. This is going to do it for you. It's so soft and very finely milled. It's almost like you're not putting any powder, but it stays there. It holds your makeup in place and gives you a glow at the same time. So I love the Burberry powders. Definitely worth checking out. You get a huge amount. The packaging is absolutely stunning, and honestly, for the brand Burberry, I think that these are actually very affordable. The entire line, definitely check it out. If you're in Ottawa, they have a huge counter, not a huge counter, but they have the full line of Burberry at Nordstrom Ottawa, so check it out. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. This is the Face Sculpt and Highlight Powder. She has 2 shades to select from. This one and a darker shade. The darker shade, I don't think it's worth it at all, and I will talk about that. But this first shade right here, the first original one that she came out with, is absolutely stunning, and I definitely feel like it is worth the price point. Very expensive. in my opinion, but I would repurchase it because it is beautiful. The bronzer is stunning. It's a very mid-tone brown color. It's soft. The powder is very finely milled. It doesn't leave your skin looking powdery, and it doesn't pick up on any dry patches or texture on the skin. So it is a beautiful formula. Packaging is stunning. Like, you are paying a little bit for this packaging, but the product itself, I definitely feel like it is worth your money. Like I said, very, very finely milled. This highlight over here is beautiful. Look at that. It is very, very pigmented. The bronzer, obviously, on my skin tone doesn't really show up. Only in the wintertime when I am the fairest of the fairest, then it will show up slightly. But the highlight shade definitely is a beautiful, beautiful shade. So I definitely feel like this is worth the price point and the hype. On to blushes. These are the Becca blushes. I have two of them that are my favorite. I have Wild Honey and Flower Child. These blushes are super expensive, but with Becca products, you're going to get that price point. But I do feel like she does amazing powder products, like her highlighters, and these blushes are stunning. You get the right amount of pigmentation. They are smooth, they are buttery, they apply so beautifully on the skin. I have it on today, and they just are gorgeous. They're gonna last you a very long time because they are super pigmented. So a little bit of these blushes do go a long way. You definitely don't need a whole lot on the face unless that's what you're going for. So I feel like you get enough product. The packaging is stunning. They are very well compact, easy to store, and just like overall, beautiful, beautiful blushes. These are the NARS Audacious lipsticks. These guys, when they came out, they were so hyped up. Everyone went crazy over them, and it's all for the right reasons. These lipsticks are beautiful. The formula on these are really hard to find with other brands. It's very original to the line that NARS created. The selection of colors is crazy. Like, they have so many, from like a very pale nude to a deep vampy burgundy shade. Just beautiful selection of colors. The formula on these are very creamy, yet they give you a satin finish, not a matte finish, more like a satin finish for sure. Very pigmented, like extremely pigmented, and they last really, really long on the lips. Whether you're eating or drinking something, it's still gonna stay on the lips. It's incredible. I haven't found another brand that has this type of formula. I'm so impressed with these. Definitely worth the price point. I'm going to talk about these two lip glosses right over here. These are the Marc Jacobs lip glosses, and I love them. I have this one on right here. This is called Pretty Things, and this one is called Love Buzz. These two are my favorite. I do own a couple of their lip glosses. These two are, for the summertime, I am non-stop wearing them just because they flatter the lips so nicely. Very creamy, not too tacky and not too like sticky at all. I find them very comfortable. They layer so nicely on top of lipsticks, which is what I did today. I have on a liquid lipstick, and then I went on with a gloss, and it looks incredible. Enough shine for me because I hate a lip gloss that looks like I put oil on my lips. I really am not a fan of that look. I want just a little bit of gloss, but not like overly shiny lips. And the wand on these lip glosses are so good. I feel like they really did invest in the packaging of these glosses. They have this like minty peppermint scent to them, and they feel really hydrating on the lips. That's why I love them, and I definitely feel like they are worth the price point. Again, these glosses do have really nice colors to select from, so definitely check them out. And I just feel like these, out of all of the glosses that I have, I've just started getting into glosses this year, and I've accumulated quite a few now. These are definitely my go-to glosses, because there are glosses that are super pigmented like the Anastasia's, and those I just wear them as like lipstick because they're so pigmented. But a true gloss is something that's going to layer over lipsticks. It's still going to let the lipstick kind of show through, and it's going to give you nice shine, not too tacky, not too watery, just like the perfect consistency and amount of color payoff. These in my opinion are true glosses. This is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. This is everything, like everything. This foundation is gorgeous. It's very expensive. That's why I don't have it in my kit. If it was a little bit cheaper, or if I was like a crazy busy freelance artist that had so many clients that I could afford this foundation in my kit, I would definitely add it to my kit, just because it is a beautiful full coverage foundation that is wearable to almost any skin tone, any skin type, I want to say. Because if you want to sheer it out or make it feel a little bit less heavy on the skin, you can definitely do that by mixing it with your moisturizer or mixing it with your primer, okay? You're still gonna get the coverage that you want, but it's going to feel very lightweight. It's gonna look very lightweight. And on its own, honestly, when used properly, this foundation looks like skin and it feels like skin. It's when you go overboard, then it starts to look very cakey. And I feel like you only need the slightest bit. So this is going to last you so long. I do have a full review, link it up on the screen. Definitely check it out. It is beautiful. The last products that I have to talk about in the high-end world that I think you should check out is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. These are fairly new in the market, and I have fallen in love with these guys because they are incredible, like literally incredible. There's no other brand out there that has a product that is similar to this. Like there's no other brand. These are a game changers in the highlighting scene. They are beautiful, super pigmented liquid highlight for your face. You can mix this in with your foundation to give you an all over glow, or you can just go ahead and put it on the highest points of the face like I did today. This is Candlelight. No, not Candlelight. Sunlight. Yeah, this one is Sunlight, and I love them. I definitely want to try out the bronzer because the consistency is so beautiful. They're so easy to blend with a damp beauty sponge or the beauty blender. You are able to get this beautiful glow. It just kind of melts into your skin. It doesn't look textured. It doesn't look like it's picking up anything on your skin. It literally just blends beautifully. It blends on top of powder, like hello. It blends on top of powder and just looks stunning. This is gonna last you like a lifetime, literally, because you only need to open this up. You don't need to squeeze it. You just need to dab your beauty blender on this thing and you are good to go. Like, it is incredible. I love these guys. Definitely recommend them. So now we're gonna go on to products that I think that are not so much worth my money. I wouldn't repurchase them, and I wouldn't recommend you guys spending that amount of money on them. So let's go ahead and get into it. I know, people are probably gonna hate on me. Steph, I'm sorry. But for the price point, I don't feel like this is worth it. It is a beautiful foundation for sure, but I feel like I can find dupes for half the price. I really do. Like, I love the packaging. It is Giorgio Armani, so it's very fancy, it's very high end, very high class, but I just feel like it's really overpriced. Again, I feel like my L'Oreal True Match Lumi can compare to this. The new L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation is very similar to the Giorgio Armani. So I just wouldn't repurchase it because it's very expensive, and I can find a product that is very similar. It's going to give me the same finish. And I feel like this foundation really doesn't last that long. If you don't wear it with a very good primer, I just feel like after like 5 hours, this is gonna like start to wear away. So for that, if I'm gonna spend that amount of money, over $70, I want my foundation to last all day long with or without a primer, and this one just doesn't do it for me. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. This is the skin powder. I have mine in number 3, dark. When I first purchased this, I did really enjoy using it, and I think I purchased it just because I heard Kathleen Lights talk about it. I hate powders. I hate a powdery look on my skin. So she said that this didn't look powdery, and it doesn't look powdery, but for the price point, again, I feel like I can use other powders such as the Burberry powder, such as my Hourglass powder. They're a lot cheaper. They're still in the high-end world, but they are a lot cheaper than the Charlotte Tilbury. And I feel like you're paying for the name and you're paying for the packaging. But the powder alone, I just wouldn't repurchase it. It starts to finish really fast. I don't use powder on my face that often, and I'm already putting a dent on it. Like, there's a visible dent and a dip in this powder. So I don't feel like it's gonna last you very long, but I feel like maybe I have to use a lot of powder to actually set my makeup. I don't know. I just feel like it's not really gonna last me that long, especially for the price point. I just don't recommend it. I don't feel like it is worth it. I have this Bobbi Brown eye palette right over here. It was, I believe, from a holiday collection. It comes with all of these eyeshadows. They look so beautiful, neutral shades, the kind of shades that I would go for. But honestly, for the price point, no. I find the Bobbi Brown eyeshadows very, very dry in consistency. Like, I mean, not every eyeshadow formula is going to be the same, but I find to blend out these eyeshadows, they are not the best. They're a little bit hard to work with, especially the darker shades. You really have to take your time and be careful. And for the price point, I don't really want to do that. I want to be able to pick up my brush and just blend, and it's buttery and smooth. But I feel like with the Bobbi Brown eyeshadows, it doesn't do that for me. Not just the palettes alone, but the individual eyeshadows. I have played around with them at work, and I just feel like they are not worth the price because you really have to work hard at it. They're not really pigmented. They're not a smooth finish. They're not easy to blend. So I would not spend that amount of money, especially on a palette like this. You feel like you're going to create so many looks, but I literally have used this maybe twice, and that was about it. I've tried scratching off a few eyeshadows just to see if I scratch off the first layer, it's going to be better in consistency, and I don't feel like it did that. So I just don't feel like Bobbi Brown eyeshadows are that great. Speaking of eyeshadows, I'm going to talk about an eyeshadow primer. This is the NARS what is this called? The Smudgeproof eyeshadow base. I have heard so many people talking about this primer, and honestly, it's a no for me. I don't feel like it holds up my eyeshadow that well. I don't feel like it makes it, like it prevents it from smudging. I have other primers, or even just using concealer and setting it with a powder. I feel like it does way better job than this little guy. So this is just not a hit for me. I wouldn't recommend this. This is the YSL lipsticks, and these are the Rouge Pocket. I don't know how to speak French. I'm sorry, guys. But I purchased this. This is my first YSL lipstick. This is in the shade 11. Very pretty color, very luxurious packaging, as you guys can see. But I just feel like for the price point, I wouldn't repurchase this. It is one of those sheer lipsticks. It's a very soft, muted pink color that I went for. Something that I could wear on a regular basis since I'm going to be buying a YSL lipstick. But I have worn this maybe once or twice. I just don't feel like the consistency is there for me. I think I like something a little bit more pigmented and more opaque. This is more on the sheer side. And honestly, I don't get what the hype is with the YSL lipsticks. I think the packaging is what really grabs people. And honestly, I can understand because I am totally like that too. When I see amazing packaging, I'm like, I need that in my life. I don't even care if it works. But I just don't think I would repurchase another YSL lipstick just because I don't feel like the formula is that great. I feel like I can find so many good lipsticks in the drugstore like Maybelline that doesn't even compare to the YSL. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new. Definitely comment down below and let me know what are your top 2 favorite high-end products, and then let me know what are your top 2 disliked luxurious high-end products. That way we are learning from each other, and maybe I'll try out something new that you suggested. So comment down below before you leave. Thank you so much for watching and showing your love and support. Let me know you like this video by giving it a thumbs up, share with any makeup lovers, Don't forget to subscribe, and all of my social media links are down below: Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you guys on the next video.